I'm so bored, Granddaddy.
You know, when I was your age, on a night just like tonight, my grandfather told me a tale I have never forgotten. A tale of legends. It is a story as important as any I have ever heard. Would you like to hear it? Very well. In the cold blue light of dawn, a pristine lake sat untouched in the depths of a snowy forest, beckoning all manner of critters to drink from its water. All was clear on this beautiful morn, but an eerie mist descended the mountainside. It did not flow like vapor, but like a slithering snake, weaving its way through the trees, and with it, a strange silence fell on the land. The creatures of the forest knew this mist and fell quiet when they saw the mist's smoky tendrils. Even the mighty elk, the great horned king of the forest, paused his drinking when he saw the mist. But his young son moved forward to take a drink. The elk stopped him with a stern look. The mist was to be respected, a lesson passed down from father to son. The youngling nodded, understanding the weight in his father's look. King Elk and his son stayed still, watching the mist calmly move over the water, coming towards them. Suddenly, a terrible crashing sound shattered the stillness. The king elk turned to his son, but it was not he who had caused the noise. From not far off, a crunching, squashing, chewing sound continued to break the peaceful silence. Angered, the king elk raced toward the disturbance to see who was making so much noise. Did they not see the mist? But the elk stopped in his tracks. There before him stood a massive creature, larger than any the elk had ever seen before, a full-grown Kodiak grizzly bear. The bear pulled down a branch laden with berries for its cub, the branch snapping with a loud crack. The elk approached the bear with his antlers held high and demanded, "Who art thou to disturb the peace of the mist?" The mighty bear roared with laughter and spoke,
"I am the king of this land. I do as I want."
"Thou art not the king," the elk declared. "I am the king, and thou and thy cub have no respect for the mist."
"Ha! Thou art no king,"
the bear scoffed. The birds, beetles, and leaves all quivered at this challenge, for they knew better than to insult the king. The elk pawed the ground and snorted, "Cease thy noise-making, or I shall show thee no mercy." But the great bear was unafraid. No beast in the forest had ever defeated him. He stood on his hind legs and stretched his powerful arms to the sky in a great showy display of power. Then the elk felt fear for the first time in his life, seeing the bear's massive claws, which could tear through his flesh, and his teeth, which were long and sharp, like a mouth filled with daggers. The elk's son, too, was afraid. He cowered behind his father, too afraid to move. But the elk knew he could not wait to make his move. He charged towards the bear, his antlers aimed straight at his foe. As the bear saw the elk coming, he was taken aback by the elk's speed and size. The bear's cub, too, became anxious, for he had never seen fear in his father's eyes before. The elk and the bear collided in a mighty clash as the mist swallowed them up.
What is it, Granddaddy? Did you forget how the story goes?
Nah, that is the end of the tale.
What? That can't be the end. It was just getting good.
That's exactly how I responded when my grandfather told it to me. It ended in the exact same way.
I want to know what happened. Who won the battle? Please tell me what happened.
Well, if you remember the tale as I have, then when you are my age and have a grandson of your own, you can decide how that story ends. Will you tell the tale as I have, or will you create an ending of your own?
But